Now, this is where you want to be careful when you're doing some of your mascara, because you don't want any of it to get messy on that blue part. You don't want to disrupt too much of what you've put on either. Just stretch the eye, give it a little clamp. So you can see I'm going up like this, so we give a nice curl. So that's nice and lifted. This side needs a bit more, so I'm just going to go in. So this is the Merit mascara. So you see here, I really don't want any of this black to come along, because when you have to clean it up from the lid, it's going to be a real pain. So what you want to do is really kind of get yourself in at the root and then pull through. Remember what I said about putting the support in? You put the support in at the root of the brow. Don't worry about the ends yet, and get the lift. So I'm not going to put any on the bottom. I want it to stay quite top heavy. What I'm going to use is this little fan brush here, and I'm going to go on the top of the lashes to make sure they're all black on the top. This helps you not get in the eyeshadow. You're literally just painting at the top of the lash. This is really good for also editorial, because when you've got a camera focusing on your lashes really up close, you want every bit of lash to not have any dusty bits on, because you can literally see all of it. Now for the lips, I want to take a matte color, not a shiny one. The reason being, because if I take a shiny one, it's going to blend away into nothing, and I need there to be some kind of stick to the skin. So I'm going to use Velvet Teddy, kind of like a boudoir-y pink. So I'm just going to really work it down into nothing, so it's very dry. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to colour in the lip. Now you can see there's some like glitter bits there. What you want to do at the end of a look like this is you want to take it all off with a piece of sellotape or some tape, medical tape, or like the makeup tape that some of you have, and it will just pick up all the glitter. So I'm using Velvet Teddy, and I'm using a brush like this because I want it to be very soft. I don't want a paste of lip colour. And I'm actually going to go over Rachel's lip line a little bit, so it almost looks a bit, and then there's like redness around. I want a little bit of that, obviously in a much more beautiful way than how I've described. See this blending here where it's a little bit away from her lips? That's what I want. So now I've done that, where I've got this kind of blur of pink around the lips. What I want to do now is make sure that anything that isn't supposed to be red is not red. So I'm going to go back in with my foundation brush. Going to make sure everything is really well concealed, because I now see that I don't want this bit to be red at all. So it's almost like you're painting when you're doing this. You're really looking for all the little areas that just need a little bit of attention, and then you leave the stuff that doesn't. So now I'm going to add a little bit more of that balm. I'm actually just keeping it to the middle, not the outer part. So we're just getting volume in that middle part there. So I'm just popping a little bit of strobe. And then I think I'm going to go a little bit harder with the pink on the cheek. I'm kind of basing this on a real person rather than like a fairy, for example.